Hey, it's Aliyah, and I'm back with another video. And if you don't know who I am, let me just introduce myself really quick. Again, I am Aliyah. I am a former educator, NC North Carolina state certified educator, now stay at home mommy, homeschooling mommy. I do homeschool as well as I am a educational entrepreneur, or what we would call edprenuer. And so my goal is, and what I am working on, is creating an organization called Daily Balance that promotes homeschooling. So encouraging parents to homeschool and also giving you a tool and how you can do that through garden-based education. And so, yes, I'm super excited about the journey that I am on, even though it is rough, you all. That's for another video, but I'm here to talk about, if you're interested in school choice, I want to show you a really cool website that you can check out that will get you started in showing you different options that you may have in your area for school choice, as well as how can parents and what can parents do to improve reading scores at home. So first of all, if you have not heard of National School Choice Week, I'd love for you to go check this website out, especially if you're interested in school choice. So school choice is basically giving parents the options and the freedom to choose how they want their students to learn, whether it's homeschooling, whether it's micro schooling, whether it's private schooling, whether it's charter schooling, right? You can choose. You have a choice. That is the power of school choice. The parent has a choice on how they want their children to be educated. And so National School Choice Week is a organization that promotes school choice, and they have a week where they host events that showcase different programs in schools, homeschooling communities that are in your area that provide school choice. And so if you check out their website and you go and you scroll down to find your location and put your location in, like I am from North Carolina, so I'll put in North Carolina, you will see when they host their events. They recently just had an event in Raleigh for North Carolina, and they will also show you different, like I said, school choice options within your area from all over North Carolina or wherever you're from. And so you should check that website out if you're interested in learning more about school choice. I would say definitely start there, because you can, like I said, it's great because they show you different programs or different schools that are already there that provide school choice and that are open to the public or may not be open to the public. And so that is a great website. Now, I know you're thinking like, okay, school choice is great, but what if I don't want to take my child out of school? I just want to help more and do more on my end. What can I do? Especially to help my child excel in reading. And so what parents can do, because we have seen in the news that the reading scores have plummeted, are lower, and are getting lower and lower and lower each year. Okay, every 2 years, a test score, U.S. test scores come out, and we see that they're getting lower. And so, what can parents do to improve reading scores? If you watch my previous video, I touched on it a little bit, but even this video tells you what schools are trying to do, what they should have been doing, right? But what you can do at home.
At Lehigh Junior High.
With reading a book, you kind of have to sit down and use your brain to figure things out. So it definitely helps you grow your brain and stuff like that.
Brooklyn Wells is a ninth grader.
I think for some kids, maybe having an adult that kind of knows a lot can be a little bit intimidating. And so having a kid that is kind of in their same position maybe could help them relate to it a little bit.
She's also a tutor at the school's new writing center.
We have students who have actually been trained to help tutor kids with their writing. I think we've had close to 300 students this year who've already accessed that to get help with writing for their classes and other things.
The writing center is just one of the tools the school is using to improve literacy in students.
Especially in a world that's just saturated with information now, kids need to have skills to be able to understand and read authentic texts, be able to process through those and then respond appropriately.
Scores from the National Assessment of Education Progress come out every 2 years. Utah students in 8th grade scored 261 points, which is 4 points lower than in 2022. 8 states also followed that downward trend. For the past few years, the school has a team working on strategies to make students better readers. Mrs. Price is part of that.
I teach a regular reading skills class where we talk about reading strategies that improve all readers. So like strategies like making connections as you read, learning to make inferences, using context clues to figure out unknown vocabulary.
And for students like Brooklyn, she tells me these tools are making a difference.
I haven't been a big reader myself, but I feel like as I've been into this class, I've been like introduced to new books and new things I can kind of get into. So I've loved being able to just kind of like see a different perspective on writing and everything.
In Lehigh, I am Maithili Gubbi, Fox 13 News, Utah.
So, what you can do to improve reading scores at home, you all, is bring writing back. In the video, you can tell that these kids are so dissociated from reading. Even the tutor, right? Even the tutor was like, yeah, reading is bad. Like, it can help. Of course it can, right? Like, you can just tell that she hasn't even spent a lot of time reading herself, you know, and how it's helping her. So that, you know, she's helping others, but it's also helping her, right? And she made that point in the video. But it was just like, you could just tell that these kids are not getting the, like really, they're not getting that relationship with books and text that they really need to, and writing. Y'all, they have taken writing out of school. They don't even have writing tests anymore. When I was a kid, we had to do writing tests. One page, like, that writing test used to give me so much anxiety, but I would be so ready because my teacher taught me paragraph, introduction, da da da. They don't do that anymore. Okay, they do not do that. And so this school is bringing writing back by, you know, creating a writing center where they have students come in and help other students to write and to read and to work on their writing skills. Because I'm sorry to tell you, but ChatGPT is not going to replace writing. We still need writing. But who do you think, how do y'all think we created ChatGPT? Writing will always and forever be an important skill. And so what parents can do at home to build reading skills is to make your children write. And I'm not saying force them. Let it be fun. They're already going to school and, you know, having to do so much. It should be fun at home, but they can still learn, right? You can have them write about anything and everything, but just let them get it out on paper. Let them just write it. Don't try to, you know, go over and talk about all the mistakes that they've made. Just let them write. Give them a diary. Let them journal, right? Writing is important and an important connection to reading. If you cannot write and express yourself, how can you understand how to read, right? So writing, especially as kids get older, is an important skill to focus on at home. Keep them writing. But even if we just want to start from when they're younger, from the time that your kids come out of the womb, you can read and talk to your children. Talking to your children is one of the most important things you can do for a child, for them to understand. Having oral fluency, meaning that they can speak and they can understand what someone is saying, respond, right? That is a skill, right? Oral fluency, understanding what someone else is saying and what they're saying and speaking, right? So speaking to your child, building that skill will allow them to flourish in reading, okay? Because I know that there are so many influencers that want to teach you how to teach your child how to read. Yes, teach them their letter sounds. Yes, I'm not saying that that's not important. What I'm saying is, when the child is 1 and 2 and 3, and maybe you don't feel like teaching them their letter sounds, you can be building other skills that will eventually help them to be better readers, right? And you can do these before you even start teaching letter sounds. You can talk to your children. You can read to your children. You can ask them questions about what you're reading, right? That is helping them to build reading skills. So let me just get back to it. What can parents do at home? You can build vocabulary by talking to your children, going out, allowing them to have experiences, talking to them about their experiences, right? Get a dictionary. Like I said, I use a thesaurus with my daughter. She thinks it's a magic book with words in it because that's what I told her, right? And we go over words And so, like with kids, for example, younger kids, because with older kids, you can be creative and, you can do like if then statements. If you learn, or if you can, show me a new word, I'll give you this, then this, right? Teach me something, then this. Like that's what you do for older kids. For younger kids, you make it really fun. You sing to them, right? If you want a child to learn a new word, today we learn a new word, new word, new. Today we're learning a new word. Here it is. This word means this. This word means this. This word means this. And now you know a new word. Just sing a song. It doesn't even matter, right? Like you can make it fun, but teach them vocabulary. Get them invested in learning new words and having them know the synonyms and the antonyms, right? So similar words and different words. Build their vocabulary, because when you can build their vocabulary, then you're helping them to build their background knowledge. So what that means is children need vocabulary, but they also need to have knowledge to understand what they're reading, background knowledge, previous knowledge. So say they're at school and they're reading, they have an article about pumpkins and how pumpkins grow. If a child has never seen a pumpkin, eaten a pumpkin, saw a pumpkin seed, seen how a pumpkin can grow, they will not really understand that passage, right? They have to have background knowledge. Give your children that by giving them experiences. Don't let school be the only experience where they learn. Take them places. And it does not have to be costly. You can take them to the park and they will learn, right? You can take them to the grocery store and they will learn. You can take them wherever, to the restaurant, and they can learn. It's just all about creativeness and using your brain to think about how you can teach your children outside of school. But build the vocabulary, build the background knowledge, build their oral fluency, so making sure that they can speak and understand what they're saying and what other people are saying clearly, right? That's so important. And then also writing again. Writing is important, you all. They took it out of school, so guess what? Put it in your homes. Make those children write. And I'm not saying make them as enforce them like they do in school. No, make it fun for them. Give them projects. Let them write, like I said, about anything they wanted to. Let them write and make a podcast. Y'all go watch my podcast when I interview Alex. He talks about it. He talks about how, these kids, they do radio, not podcasting, but they do radio, and how they have to write out their stories, and there's no judgment. They let them write it out and get it out, right? Like, we can do that at home as parents. We can create that environment for our children. So those are ways that those are things that parents can do at home to increase reading scores. It's just really being an active parent and finding creative solutions on how to bring education in the home. So if you need help with that, if you want to talk about creative solutions and ways, send me an email. My email is in the description, you all. I am a homeschooling consultant. I am an education consultant. I am a parent coach. I am a mentor. I do not mind mentoring your children, mentoring you, coaching your children. All right? You do have to pay for my services, okay? But we can always talk about that. I love helping. Anyways, I love helping regardless. But at the end of the day, we all got to get our coins. But if that's what you're looking for, you all send me an email and I will get back with you so that we can talk about this thing. Because yes, you can do this. You can homeschool your children. You can look for different options and ways for your children to learn. There is so much out there. Don't just get stuck with putting your child in public education. Okay? So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.